Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. We've made our way through Grapefruit Falls into the secret base behind the waterfall, and we are now ready to go. So let's head over this way. We're going to be confronted by this little pile of puke here, and ask if we brought some fly honey. We actually did. Make sure you brought it with you. So if we say yes, we can pass through. If you say no, you have to fight them, but these guys are just regular enemies, so, you know, he's following. Stop following me around. Well, that's kind of weird, actually. He usually just leaves you alone, but again, I can't get to the ladder now. I'm literally stuck. All right, come back over here. All the way over and let me through. Let me through. Dude, I've got fly honey. You said I could pass. All right, here we go. No. All right, this is getting, there we go. Now we can finally move it. All right, this time let's not mess around. Oh, look, we've got enemies. Let's fight them. Well, that was an interesting start to this place, wouldn't you say? So these guys are the foppies. These are the attack slugs of this area. They are the grinding enemy, the experience farm that you're gonna find here. So we can just attack these things. Pretty weak, a couple of hits will take them down. Like the attack slugs, they do have hypnosis, but they can't use it at the start of the battle. So they will oftentimes waste their turns, otherwise deal minimal damage. They've got brain shock. Okay, maybe they have that instead of hypnosis, but super easy enemies, and they award a pretty decent amount of experience, 1311 just for that. And you usually find them in larger groups than that too. So there's a door over there. It just has a garbage can with a bomb in it, which is not that useful, so we're going to ignore them. This is the place to grind if you're going to grind. There's usually a ton of these guys at the bottom of this ladder, and they will pretty much all fight you at once. So we only got 5. There were actually 6 in total. But if you want to speed things up, you could use Thunder to hit one of them, or you could use like a Fire Bay to hit all. Using PP is not too big of a deal here, because there will be a place to recover it later. So we can pretty much just go all out and hit them all here. In fact, this is probably going to defeat most, if not all of them. Yeah, it's going to take them all out. So, super quick way, especially if you have a way to restore PP really quickly. So that was a good 2100 experience just from that, so it helps out a lot. And there's still the one left, but we'll just ignore him for now. And we've got another ladder down here. We can head in through this door. Inside this door, we're going to fight some enemies, of course. And it is worth noting, these are the farm zombies and not the urban zombies like before. And in here, we've also got a couple trash cans with some pretty decent stuff inside. There's an IQ capsule on this one, which is basically just a flat stat upgrade. It will, of course, increase IQ. We're going to be giving this to Paula. There's kind of a choice here you can make. If you want to give it to Jeff, he can maybe fix things a little bit sooner, because that's really all he uses IQ for. But I prefer to give it to Paula, because this dictates how much PP you gain on a level up, and she's the one who uses it more than anybody else, so I'm going to give that to her instead. And for some reason, you drink the capsule. That's just how it works, I guess. And in the other one, we've just got a broken laser, which is going to be another thing that Jeff can fix. I believe it requires 24 IQ off the top of my head. I could be, you know, off on that, but I think that's about what it needs. And Jeff is pretty close. He's already got 20. So that'll be a better weapon for him soon once he can fix it. Alright, it's probably worth fighting all these foppies again for the experience, so we'll do that. I'm telling you, it's a great spot. They pretty much always congregate right there. So here we've got a couple Mr. Saturns working the assembly line. You can see they're chained up. So honest. Smile boing. Well, I guess they're not doing too bad. They are Mr. Saturns after all. They pretty much always get by. Tired, but so good. Well, alright, I guess. I still feel bad about this. And there's, of course, the mention of Gygus again. Alright, so after this point, we should be able to start fighting those guys just as regular enemies if we see them. And we can continue on. Yeah, there's one here. This guy works like a regular enemy, so let's go ahead and take him on. Now, with these guys, I like to treat them a little bit differently. They're not quite as annoying as the, I've already forgotten, the mini barf thing that we fought before as a mini boss. But they can cause everyone to cry. They can also call for help. and just kind of drag the battle out. So what I generally like to do is start out with a paralysis, and that will keep them from doing anything, and then you can just bash on them after that. And it will pretty much always work. I think it's 100% or like 99 or something like that. So at this point we can just take it down without worrying about it, but if it makes everybody cry and then summons another one, the battle can drag out and they can do some halfway decent damage, so it's probably a good idea to paralyze them as soon as possible. Looks like we got a couple here. This one might get a little finicky. Okay, just one. Oh, and we do have another new enemy here. The slimy little pile, or not the slimy little pile, that's what we saw before. The mostly bad fly here. So let's go ahead. Of course, the bad flies are just like their other counterparts before, not really too much of a threat, but I basically just want to paralyze the slimy little pile, lowering our guts. And there it goes with the crying. So this is where things start to suck. But we can paralyze him and keep him from calling more, so that's good at least. So let's see if we can get Paula to use some fire on these guys and just try to bash the other guy, because it's really not worth using more PP and items and stuff on him. So we're gonna be missing a lot. I think it adds about a 50% chance to miss. There we go, got a nice smash. And the other good news is that crying is one of those status that goes away after battle. Also, yeah, this guy is scripted. Even if you're invulnerable after the battle, you'll have to fight him if you run into him. Alright, so we can finally see what's behind this door here. Looks like we got some more stuff guarding it. Okay, and in these trash cans, we got a few more decent things. There's a vital capsule inside. Don't see too many of these. These are, again, flat stat increases. This will increase Paula's vitality, which will go a long way towards increasing her health. So we are going to do that. And I think these aren't that consequential, yeah. An HP sucker, this is one of the items that Jeff can use. It's an attack type item, but we can see what the description are. Suck some HP from the target creature. And we can use it as many times as we want. The downside is it fails to work a lot, and most bosses it doesn't work against. So it's kind of worthless, but it does sell for $400. So, you know, keep it in your inventory and sell it next time you get a chance. Alright, so we're getting pretty close to the recovery room here. Let's just go ahead and fight these guys. And see if I can get through without having to fight the pile. Or sneak up on them somehow. Yeah, and that'll be an instant win, because we can take them all down. And they dropped the PSI caramel. That's actually pretty nice. You don't get a whole lot of PP restoring items. So this is a recovery room. You can't tell for the time being because a magic butterfly didn't spawn, but you can pretty much just go in and out here as much as you want, and there will usually be a butterfly inside. So let's go ahead and see who needs healing here. Honestly, really only Jeff, but you know, you restore 20 with a magic butterfly, so we might as well just use it on everyone. Alright, so that'll fully heal us. It would have been easier if they would have just put a revitalizing device in there or something, but, well, you know, you get what you get. So, yeah, this guy's going to tell us to say the password. Unfortunately, there's no way to actually say the password. So even though we know it, he's going to attack us anyway. And this is just another slimy little pile, so deal with him like you did before. Okay, with that, I managed to sneak in without having to fight anyone else. And this is the final room of the base. If we head over here, man, check that guy out. That's a giant slimy pile. Yeah, he's slightly gross, and no, I did not add those sounds in. They are actually in the game. So this is Masterlch. Actually, you know how I said before, Mondo Mole was probably the easiest boss fight? This is probably the second easiest boss fight, because all we have to do is use the jar of fly honey, and then basically just do whatever we want. Let's get some freeze going, and, well, let's not waste bottle rockets. So that does a ton of damage. He's gonna make us feel nauseous first, which is a little annoying, but Once we use the jar of fly honey, he's going to grab it and basically not be able to do anything for the rest of the fight. So let's go ahead and heal that poison. Just keep it up with the strong attacks here, and in a few turns, he's going to go down. Yeah, and you couldn't really see it there because he was recovering from solidification, but he does have a special... Oh, I solidified him again. We may take him down without ever seeing that message. That's kind of funny, but if he's not solidified and does get the chance to act, if you've used the jar of fly honey, all he will do is lose his mind wolfing down fly honey. So once you do that, the battle is won. Two things. Living in your own puke sounds pretty bad. I can't really imagine much worse than that. Second, did he just call me Spanky? That's okay. I guess that works. It seems a little out of character, but fine. All right, so of course, yeah, I would imagine our dad would call us like, you should take a break after that experience. I really don't blame him for that. So once we've done this, we've eliminated Belch, and also the Mr. Saturns have escaped. Zoom, burp. Not without picking up a few of Belch's mannerisms along the way. I guess it's a little cuter when the Mr. Saturns do it, I guess, than Belch. Stinky, P.U. Yeah, pretty much. So this cave is going to lead us actually right back out to the top of Saturn Valley. This is where the hot spring is. You really don't see, if you've, played or seen Mother 3, hot springs are pretty prevalent. They're really the main form of recovery throughout the game, but you don't see a lot of hot springs in this game, and they actually don't restore your health like they do in Mother 3. As we can talk to the Mr. Saturn here. Longer ladder. Yeah, they actually built the ladder up one more so we can get here. You can see the screen's getting a bit wider. Actually, I think I was about to walk out of it there, so let's get back in. And eventually we watch all the extremely dirty gunk, and that makes us feel better. Basically, all it does is recover status in this game, so, if you had nausea still left over, you could cure it there. You can also talk to this Mr. Saturn, ask us if we want to drink some coffee before we go. Say yes to me, say no to me. We say no. Why you say no? Well, you gave me the option. So yeah, we can go ahead and say yes to this guy. We'll get a coffee break. I think there are 2 in this game. I feel really dumb if I say that and this is the only one, but I believe there are more than 1. So let's go ahead and take it. It's going to be a little while. We've got some dialogue to read, but it's a good chance to kind of take a break, sit back, get a drink, just have a little relaxing time here. All right, good little break there. Nice little dialogue. I like the way that's written. So now we're good to go. This place right here, actually, yeah, we got a photographer, so let's get that out of the way. Okay, so as I was saying, this cave right here mentions the Milky Well. What is this? Yep, ding ding. All right, we get it. They even write ding ding on their signs. But yeah, this is actually the next sanctuary cave. It's tough. I'm going to say that right up front. There's a lot of status effects that you can run across, and the enemies hit pretty hard. So, you know, at this point in the game, this is definitely going to be one of the biggest challenges we've had yet. So, because of that, we're going to go ahead and prepare a little bit first before we head in. So, once we head down here, if you remember, there's a Mr. Saturn that said he would give us a present. So, he's going to hand us a couple of life noodles, a Mr. Saturn coin, but he hands us his stag beetle. Ah, he's teasing. He has to know something. So he's going to give us a couple items. Of course, the cup of life noodles we've seen before as a good way to heal a KO'd party member. We also picked up the Mr. Saturn coin, which appropriately Paula got. So if we go ahead and put that on our other, you can see, check out this defense boost. You watching? Boom, up to 71. It's a huge increase. It's really helpful. Definitely want to put that on Paula as soon as you can. And he also gave us the stag beetle, which is basically worthless. We're going to sell it. But if we throw this at the enemy will be shocked and stop moving. So it basically will just freeze them for one turn. And, you know, you'd probably be better off just using a bash instead of doing that. So we could clear out our inventory, but I want to get to the sanctuary cave as soon as we can. As far as healing is concerned, we're pretty much okay. I'm going to say that's fine. We may end up having to come back anyway if we get stopped, because you can get pretty much halted in your tracks in this first cave. So let's head in. Now, right at the start here, they usually spawn some enemies. Yeah, we've got a couple new ones here. First off, the big green guy, the Ranboob, which is a very interesting name. And also the tough mobile sprout, which is an upgraded version of the mobile sprouts we saw before. So these guys will steal PP. It's not as big of an issue now because they steal the same amount, but we have more of it. But we are going to use Fire Beta, and we've got some PP restoring items we can use if we need to. So let's go ahead and get some attacks off on these guys. And you can see they deal an okay amount of damage. The Ranboob can hit for about 30 or 40, so thankfully it missed there, and that also was taken out, so we can just finish this one off before it manages to steal anything from us. That went pretty well. That's probably one of the easier spawns they can start you out with. You can see that's also a lot of experience. So she might learn Magnet Omega here. Yeah, there we go. This is a really great one if you're running low on PP and you're fighting enemies that do have some. You can steal it. It's basically Magnet Alpha, but it works for all enemies. So it's nice. Looks like we got the same battle here, so let's take care of that. Alright, we're doing pretty good. It's worth noting the Mr. Saturn coin basically makes Paula a tank. She took 10 damage from a Ranboob's attack, so that was really nice. We picked up a sprig of parsley that I'm not sure off the top of my head what it does. So a sprinkle. Oh, it's a food thing. Alright, sure. So maybe that'll get used automatically at some point, or maybe I'll sell it. Who knows? Alright, so now we got an outside area. It is worth mentioning this place is actually very short and very straightforward. These three, this is actually a perfect opportunity to show off Magnet Omega, because they won't be doing too much damage. So let's go ahead and check it out. You can see it still costs 0, just like the other one, and we'll steal from all of them. 4 from that one, 7 from that one, and 4 from that one. So you can see that actually helped out a whole lot in recovering our PP. So unfortunately, some of it's going to get stolen back, but that's fine. It's kind of a battle of stealing each other's psychic points. Jeff doesn't need them as much, or Ness doesn't need them as much as Paula does. So unfortunately, we're down to 2 again, but we'll still keep doing this. 1 and 4 could have been better, but so at this point we can just attack and take out the last one because it's not super important to recover more. And down it goes. All right, so this has actually gone really well so far because we haven't encountered the most annoying enemy of this place. We've got kind of lucky with the spawns. You also learned Hypnosis Omega, which you probably won't be seeing much of, if at all. So a couple Ranboobs here. This is pretty easy. This is where things can get bad, though. It's actually knocked 2 of our party members asleep. We have a decent chance of running away at this point, but I'd rather stick it out if possible. They also are using shields, which doesn't matter to Jeff because he shoots. Alright, so Ness woke up. So we should be fine here. Alright, so that went well. I'm very, very happy with the spawns we've gotten. We also got a magic butterfly there. So if anyone needs any healing, Nest needs a fair amount. Otherwise, he's pretty much the only one. So let's fix him up, and then we'll get as much PP from this as possible. So this is going to help out tremendously when we go to fight the boss of this place. Just one sprout. This is a quick battle. Okay, 2. That's fine too. It's also worth mentioning that they're not smart about their magnet use. They can use it on Jeff, who never has any PP, and basically waste a turn. Paula also leveled up and learned, let's get their offense, Thunder Beta, which is the same as Thunder Alpha, except it does it 2 separate times. So, if you've got a fair amount of enemies, 120 points of damage twice is actually pretty substantial, and for a fairly low PP cost as well. We can open this up. There's a coin of slumber inside, which is a lot like the Mr. Saturn coin. Thankfully, Jeff took it. He's the one who I wanted to have it. And it's not quite as good, but, it's still definitely a huge increase. All right, so can we make it to the... We did, without even encountering the one enemy I didn't want to encounter. This is absolutely perfect. So we're all healed up. We've got a lot of PP. We are in very good shape. Let's go ahead and check this one out. Alright, so this is the Trillion Age Sprout. It also comes with the 2 tough mobile sprouts. So right out of the gate here, we're going to be using our most powerful attacks, PSI Rock and Beta. We're going to use Fire Beta in order to hit all of them. And Jeff, this is what we've been saving the big bottle rocket for. Let's go ahead and use that on the Trillion Age Sprout. So here's some Fire Beta, which won't kill the sprouts, but will do a significant amount of damage. It's going to heal one of them, which is fine, I guess. Rock and Beta will take out at least the sprout that didn't get healed. Alright, probably both of them. Yeah, cool. Alright, here's the big bottle rocket. Check this out. 556 damage. It's basically 5 bottle rockets. Took a lot of damage there, so I am going to life up and make sure he's fine. Let's go ahead, and I think fire is basically the best on him. Freeze doesn't do a lot, so we'll just do that. We've got enough PP to use it, so it's fine. Let's defend with Jeff so he doesn't get knocked out. And we finished it. Oh man, wow, that went incredibly well. The Trillion Age Sprout can be worse if you come into this battle with worse circumstances. You can encounter mushrooms in this cave that will mushroomize you, and can cause some serious problems if you're feeling strange a lot of the time. The Trillion Age Sprout also has the ability to cause a new status we haven't seen called Diamond Eyes, which is basically the same as death. If someone gets hit by Diamond Eyes, the screen will turn red, all the text boxes and everything like it does, and they can't do anything. You can heal that with some secret herbs that I think I bought. I might not have, and just... yeah, I didn't come in here with any secret herbs, so I'm incredibly smart apparently. But that will heal basically all of the status effects, including diamondization. So, unlike me, you want to come in with a few of those, just in case you get hit by that. Otherwise, it looks like we've made it through. It's if you have all 3 party members feeling perfectly fine and completely healed up, then really the battle's not that bad. So there's our 3rd piece of the melody. Thought he heard his mother from far away and said, "Be a thoughtful, strong boy." And there we go. That will also get us a full heal, and we are set to go back. So I cannot understate. Yeah, see, there's the mushroom. I see one as soon as I'm... Oh, come on, really? Can I get... Oh, okay, I did get through there. But yeah, I am incredibly happy. Oh, one actually spawned on the cliff. That's cool. Incredibly happy with how this turned out. That's about as good as it could possibly go. Otherwise, you really run the risk 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get mushroomized before you get to the boss. So I was incredibly lucky to get the spawns that I did. And, well, can't go much better. Let's... Really? Well, fine. Just fight him. We'll get a sneak attack. I just used fire and rockin' to get him down in the first turn, so why not, Alright, so we're back out at Saturn Valley with the 3rd melody in our sound stone that is all the way back at home. and we are now free to go. So now that we've defeated Masterlch, the town of Threed will be out of the grip of the zombies. We definitely want to head back there now that it's back to normal, and we'll be able to get to the next town from there and basically just continue on trucking through the game. But this looks like a pretty good place to stop. I'm going to go ahead and stop by the hotel. Jeff might actually have enough IQ. He's got 24, which I think is what we need to fix the broken laser that he has. So I'm going to keep sleeping until he fixes it. And when we fix it, it becomes the laser gun, which is going to be Jeff's next weapon. Just as a quick little aside, it's interesting how the fixing mechanic works. Someone dug into the code. I saw this on a message board, and it was a post from about 9 years ago. Someone dug into the code and found that the first repair attempt, if you have enough IQ, works 100% of the time. This subsequent repair attempt will work 25% of the time, and then it keeps going every night until you fix it. Then the next one will work 100% of the time again, and it keeps alternating like that. It's hard to explain, but it's really weird how that works if that's the case. So anyway, just a little nugget of knowledge, I guess. Let's go ahead and call Dad, and we will record, and then also end. We got $10,000 in the bank. That's quite a lot. And then we will also end for the day. So let's go ahead and save our game, and we're done. So next time we will head back to Threed and see if we can continue on to the next town. Maybe finish off with a couple things there, but then be moving on straight after that. So until then, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.